You guys, in case you don't know him, this is our friend Griffin Steinfeld. We've shot, God, how many times now, dude? We shot your truck. We shot the Volvo twice now.
Yep.
We shot the Rat Rod.
Chevelle.
We shot your twin turbo Chevelle.
Roadrunner.
The Roadrunner.
Wow.
So we've shot 6 times now.
Wow.
Very
Crazy.
cool.
What was
Over
the
the
first
years.
one?
I think
it was
the
the
Chevelle.
Chevelle
was the first one we did, huh?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one, then the Roadrunner. You kind of worked us up.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Then
Yeah,
you put
then
me
the
in that
truck.
damn truck.
Yeah.
And the truck was crazy back then. I guess it's even crazier now.
It's 10 times what it was when you guys last saw it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's funny. Like the everything starts with the truck, like with the Chevy. After I outgrow those parts or whatever and kind of move on, the first hand-me-down car was the Chevelle.
Wow.
So like the Chevelle got the rear end out of the truck, the transmission out of the truck, then the engine, and then the turbos, and like all that stuff was just the hand-me-down car over time of upgrading and learning more with the truck. So, yeah. So then the Volvo came along, and then that was like the hand-me-down of the Chevelle parts and whatever. So everything's just had like kind of
Just
trickled
keeps
down.
finding its
I like
way
that.
down.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, actually, that you keep reusing parts that are still good.
Yeah. Sometimes
they
it's
just
not
don't go-
always good, but yeah.
I know we talked about this in the video we just did with you. We've actually talked about it a couple times, but for folks that don't know you, kind of give I guess I bring it up, dude, because on or off camera, I've said it with you. The way you drive, you can tell you're a pro. You're not a guy that's like a pretty good street driver. You're a pro.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of time and years driving many different forms of motorsports and racing, and even professional training for stunt driving for the movie industry. So that was probably like racers are basically taught and conditioned to be smooth. Smooth as fast.
Right.
Subtle, gentle movements translate into subtle, gentle movements from the car.
Yeah.
And once you start getting real aggressive with gas, brakes, steering, whatever, then the car gets out of shape. You scrub off time, and you're losing positions.
Sure.
When I started doing the stunt driving stuff and going through actual training with that, I had a really hard time breaking that habit of like finessing the car into doing something or whatever. And the guys were like, dude, like make it. Like, I literally had Michael Bay say, hey, almost get this guy out of the car, because like it was 2 takes in, and I hit the mark every time, but it was just like a nice like the scene was coming in and doing a left slide and into like the camera guy and basically stopping inches away from the camera.
Wow.
And I would lock up and finesse the car into the box, where we're supposed to stop, and it wouldn't look crazy. So, it was a really hard like lesson to learn of like wait till the last second, slam the wheels, hit the brakes hard, do all this gnarly stuff, and that took a little bit of time to learn and to make a car look like it's truly out of control while you're really in control.
So you're saying Michael Bay did not like what you were doing? He thought yours was like
there was one moment of like the scene that got me into stunt driving was Transformers Bumblebee, and the current like stunt driver in the car. Basically the scene was the Volkswagen Beetle, like the 1970s Beetle. Very first scene of the movie with a car in it. Was going down the street, and the whole point was to make the car look like it was running like crap and misfiring and stuff like that. But the person in the car was literally like turning the key off, turning it on, like just doing weird stuff, and it wasn't outside visually. It wasn't what they wanted. It didn't look great.
Yeah.
So I'm over here because I know engines and stuff. I'm like, dude, just load the carburetor up and make the thing super pig rich and make it like cough a little black smoke or whatever. Like I know all those things, and so it was a super high stress moment because it was a sunset scene. There was like a 15-20 minute window to get this with the sun in the perfect
golden
spot.
hour, perfect.
Exactly. Like you guys know that whole deal.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting 5 feet behind the producer, and the set coordinators and like all the whole, front line.
Sure,
And
man.
it literally slipped out of my mouth. And I'm like, I could do that. No problem. Like, cause I was just like, I was getting frustrated at watching them get frustrated because I knew I could do it. No problem. So he turned around and said, go get in there. And I wasn't like a part of SAG, like literally zero. And I was like deer in headlights. I turned around, I was like, wait, me? So I got my jacket off and got in the car, and the person that was in the car before me was half my height. So my knees were in the dash so hard to where I couldn't reach the pedals. And all these cars are purpose built for the film, for movies and stuff. So,
sure.
It was a factory looking seat. They were on sliders and stuff. And I get a radio and I'm like, hey, I can't even reach the pedals. I need to move the seat back to get my feet underneath the dash. So right as I was saying that, the producer was also having like the mic button down to talk, like, all right, we're rolling. And I'm like, no, like I can't even touch the pedals. So I was freaking out for like 2 seconds. Someone runs over, opens the door, like releases the little slide to move the seat back, and the seat goes all the way back, like too far.
Ooh. Oh shit.
And I'm in literally like a Volkswagen Beetle. Like there's only so much room, but there's no rear seat in the car because they took all that out.
Yeah.
Moved it all the way back. Now I'm like full reach on my feet.
Oh no.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. At least I can reach. I could slide down. I can make it work.
Yeah.
All right, and action. So I start going down the street, and I put it in second gear at like 8 miles an hour. And I knew that there was the camera car behind me, and they had to stay a certain distance off me and maintain that, so I can't vary speed. And there's all these moving components that people don't really see in the film world.
Totally.
So I'm loading up the carburetor, pumping it a whole bunch. I'm getting it to do what I imagined it doing, and it's doing its thing. And I only have to go 600 or 700 feet down the street. And then as I'm going down the street, I realized the producer was like, okay, there's going to be a camera guy in a garage. Like I go down the street and I make like a slight right into a garage of a house. And there's a guy literally laying chest down on the floor with the camera. He said, get as close as you can to the camera. And I didn't walk down the street to see what the situation was in the garage or what everything looked like. So I'm going down there and I'm just like waiting to make this like little turn into the driveway. And I see the guy right there and get up the driveway, give it like 2 more like hits of the throttle and stall it and make it like jerk and do all the dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it, I could have gotten like a foot closer to the camera because I knew like obviously I don't want to hit the guy. This is a real life situation. I don't want to hit the guy, so I'm going to err on the safe side. But I feel like I erred a little too safe. So I just was like, damn it, dude. Okay, like I hope I can get a take 2 out of this. So I get out of the car, start walking back because they have someone else drive it back, and they're clapping.
They're like, yeah.
They're like, that's it. That's a wrap for today.
Rad.
I was like, what? That was sick. So that was like my like really informal introduction to stunt driving, and then from there on out became SAG, and now I do a little bit of driving here and there, and even stunts too. Like I've done stuff for Bad Boys where I got shot by Will Smith a bunch of times. In a fight scene. Yeah.
How cool, man. So what? Oh wait, your sister's in that movie, right? In the transport.
She is.
So that's why you were sitting on set at that point.
I was managing / assisting my sister, for the duration of that film. So I would go out and travel with her and make sure she's good, and then play on my phone in the background, for the duration of the day. So
yeah. Because I've been on set a handful of times with, Dennis does all the picture car stuff for especially Fast and Furious, and man, I got to tell you, that's some of the most boring shit in the world. You know what I mean?
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, just hours of setting up for something that's going to last seconds in the movie, or maybe completely get cut out.
Totally.
You know, like I remember doing a whole day scene at up at Universal in like it's the garage where they work on the trains, and they had set this whole scene with The Rock and Jason Statham only. It was just the 2 of them, and it was going to be like an end scene of whichever Furious movie it was. I mean, I brought out 2 cars. Steve Strope was out there with a car. They had Sung Kang's Z out there. Like, it was this massive setup.
Yeah.
It never even made the movie.
Yeah.
And
like
that
that.
day probably was a 5-figure amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
You know?
like there, or
That's
maybe
why the budgets
more,
are
you know?
like 100 million for this. It's like, because it was jerk
Yeah,
off
because
days
80
like
million
that.
of it landed on the ground, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a. I mean, I did a handful of those, and I just at one point I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to do this anymore. It
takes a certain person.
I mean,
for
I'm sure for you, you're stunt driving, so there's a different pay with it. There is, it's like, all right, at least I get 20 minutes of really good time here.
Yeah.
When I would bring, picture car rentals out, like some of my brother's cars or friends of mine's, it was like, okay, sit around all day. Now pull the car on set. Now get out and go stand around and wait some more,
Yeah.
and then pull the car offset.
I'm
like,
the guy
holy
you
crap.
hand the car off to. Then I'm like, that's when I'm like, all right, cool.
Here we go.
Clock in,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's still a lot of hurry up and wait, and
That's the worst part
you know,
for me.
yeah.
You're sitting around doing nothing, and they're like, "Can you come here? We need you right now." And then you walk over, and you're like, "You don't need me. You don't need to be here right now."
That's like that, and like you're doing laps for nothing, and then the next like bad thing that isn't a bad thing is the crafty truck, because I will sit there and eat and
whole
just
thing.
snack all day.
And they
long.
got it good.
They do have
You
it
got
good.
it on a big
Yes.
budget show.
Yes, like
Dude.
catering's always got like the chicken tendies and fries,
Yeah.
and like we're
Anything
we're
you
eating
want,
good.
anything you want,
Yeah.
man. I mean, it is pretty staggering the meals that go down in craft
That's probably
services.
10 million in meals right there.
I mean,
know?
seriously, the
Yeah.
money spent just on craft services. It's bonkers.
It
I
almost
mean,
makes you wonder how they end up making a full movie that's 2 hours long. Like
Yeah.
it took you a day to film 5 minutes.
If that, it's typically these films are 3 to 6 months. Maybe even longer for the
Sure.
really gnarly ones. So.
Sure. Yeah. I don't. Definitely not my world. It takes
Yeah.
a special type to like. I guess like anything, you got to just. Shit. You're into motorsports. That's not for everybody.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
Totally.
especially like because drag racing. I got to imagine there's got to be some similar elements in that your moment of fame lasts a few seconds.
Yeah.
And now it's back. Right.
Yeah.
And now it's back into the pits, and I guess it's different though because you're also. It's not like you have a whole crew where I broke something, fix it. I'll be back in an hour.
No, it's me and a couple buddies.
Mm-hmm.
That's doing everything, no matter what car I take out. So it's usually a hustle. And if something isn't broken, then it's okay. Like let's do our checks to make sure something's not about to break, and kind of do our due diligence on what we need to do.
Yeah. Do you? Is it your? It's your dad originally that got you into cars?
Honestly, no. I mean, my dad always like he had his cool car. He had a 72 240Z, through his 20s and 30s and stuff, growing up, and then Porsche 911 and when I was born and all that fun stuff. And he was never into building, like hands-on building or racing himself or anything like that. Like he enjoys cars, but I came along, and kind of drug my family into the motorsports world.
God, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I usually it's somebody in the like for me it was my dad and my uncle were into cars and bikes, and
Right.
what do you know? I got into cars and bikes.
Totally. It started so early, like, right after I was born, before I could even really walk or talk. My parents would take me to restaurants that had ceiling fans. They would plop me on the table in my little, carrier thing, and I would stare at the ceiling fans and figured out how they moved air and all that stuff, and I'd be quiet. I'd be quiet, and then if the restaurant or whatever didn't have ceiling fans, I'd be screaming in a pain in the butt, and yeah.
How funny, dude! So you've really loved the mechanical element since you're a little kid.
Yeah, I have a picture of me in preschool or kindergarten or something like that with my leaf blower. And I insisted that the class came out so I could start up my leaf blower that I took the exhaust off of, and so everyone can hear it. So there's that's how early it's really started for me.
Wow.
He modified a leaf blower to get started.
Yeah.
My dad, the 2-second story with that, our school, like my little kindergarten through 5th grade or whatever school had like the awards every Friday or whatever, and they would give out all the awards to kids, and the one week it was like my turn to get the Busy Bee award. got that. It was cool. My dad got in the car. He said, all right, anything you want from Toys R Us, you get $100 or anything you want. And I was just like, I don't want anything from Toys R Us. And he was like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like,
really. This
normally
kid's
a kid's
broken.
reaction is like to go crazy at Toys R Us.
Totally, especially $100.
Yeah. I said, I want to go to Home Depot.
Oh my God.
So I got my leaf blower.
Chris is over here going, fuck yeah, Home Depot.
Chris is the OG of Home Depot, bro.
It's a great place. But no, I went to Home Depot, got a leaf blower, took it home, took the exhaust off, fired it up. I mean, my neighborhood was the cleanest neighborhood around because that thing did not shut off.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally how early my passion for building and mechanical stuff started.
What a trip, dude.
Yeah.
And you said also you as a little kid you were go-kart racing, right? So
Yeah.
did you, since it wasn't your dad, did you say, Dad, I want to race go-karts?
Yeah, I mean, I started with dirt bikes.
Okay.
My mom, back when she was younger and all that, she was like the outdoorsy. Like, I feel like I get a little bit more of like the motorsports driver, all that kind of from my mom, because she was always the like outdoorsy, skating in the empty swimming pools when she was younger, and dirt bike riding and boating and all that stuff. Like, she was the outdoorsy. My dad's from New York. So there's really not too much boating to do out in New York.
Yeah.
Not much.
She was always like, my dad never had to get approval from mom to get the dirt bikes or whatever. So it was always a yes, like, get them out of the house, go outside and play type of thing. And
Totally.
I never got into video games really, or, like just the inside games. I was literally always outside sun up to sundown.
Yeah. I was just talking about it the other day with someone about how, we grew up, I mean, obviously I'm a lot older than you guys, but I grew up in a time where it was, you're out on your bicycle all day. When I got a little older, it was out on the motorcycle. Mm-hmm. We grew up with horses, so I'd take off on my horse all day.
Yeah.
Video games? Are you kidding me? Well, I was, I'm old enough to remember when Pong came along. So,
I mean, we're there for the first PlayStations, like the first game. Like, we're there for the internet and all that stuff.
Totally.
So we are like in the mix of like some kids we grew up with were playing video games when that was coming out, and then there were some kids that were still riding dirt. It was like half and half.
Exactly.
Now it's every kid. All they do is video games and inside. You could tell. You look at a kid in high school. He looks like he's in elementary school. Pale, skinny, hair coming down. Mom, I don't want to go to school.
Yeah. Or like like you're out and about and the baby's in the stroller and they freak out and they put an iPad in front of the kid's face.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Like
that's crazy to see, dude. It's like a Black
for me,
Mirror
like
episode.
it was like, shut up or else you're gonna get your butt kicked. Type of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's unfortunately, I think we're raising a generation of pussies that no, but
said it.
He's right.
but I mean that in the sense that and socially inept, like because they don't know how to relate to people. They can relate to something that's online. And I'm not against it. Like, I love technology.
Yeah.
I use it as a tool for sure.
Social media is not social.
Yeah.
It's not anymore. And that's its origin was actually a pretty cool space. It really was.
The first days of MySpace and Instagram and all that were like
cool.
There was no like clout chasers or like influencers, or it was literally just like
The second they put likes on it and views, man,
game over.
Because back then you
everything.
didn't care. It was for your friends to see what you were doing.
Yeah, totally.
You had your top 8 and your theme song on your page, and you were
Second
rocking
they
and
put
rolling.
the like button, bro. Well, we were just talking about The Social Dilemma. Have you ever seen that? It came out like 5 years ago. Dude,
that's a gnarly film.
I recommend
movie.
everyone should go watch that documentary.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We were talking about it yesterday because one of my buddies was hitting me up with some video that some guy he watches on YouTube. He's like, dude, CARB is going away. Leno law passed, and a couple of other things that are all really good news things for any of us that are automotive enthusiasts, especially in this state. Like, holy shit, that's great. And I go do what I normally do, which is do a quick little fact checking.
Yeah.
I had to write him back and go, bro, CARB is not going away. There's the potential of federal funding being removed. It hasn't been removed yet.
Yeah, that's...
If it gets removed, all Newsom is going to do is just increase some form of taxation to cover what feds pull away. So CARB ain't going anywhere, buddy. Leno law, yes, it has made it past the Senate and into the Assembly.
Right,
it's headed there, but the final step is the governor has to sign it into law. So I was
Which
like,
doesn't sound like that's going. It's going to get to Newsom. He's going to be like, no, Not happening.
I mean, he'll probably leave it sit on the desk until he's out of office so that he doesn't, leave yet one more detrimental
But
thing.
see, the thing with that is, so somebody tells you, hey, this passed. Maybe no one is as smart as you to go and look that up. Now this guy's going to tell someone. He's going to go tell someone.
Well, that's how
fake news spreads.
Now let me ask, how old was that guy?
Well, that's what makes it. I thought it was funny what Kyle said, because Kyle said, man, it's so funny how 35 and over are getting fooled on a daily
35.
basis.
How old are you, Griffin?
31.
You see, he's not there yet. He's not getting fooled yet.
I'm almost at the cutoff, but no, it's like our generation that was before and during the internet like blow up was, I think we could sniff out the
you could feel
the
it, bro.
fake stuff and the spam and the whatever.
Yeah.
Typically, speaking like the older generations are like, they'll read some wild out of left field bit of news or whatever, and it's like, oh wow, that's actually happening, or this is going on, or whatever, and they believe it,
dude.
Yeah.
And like, I love what you said, where it was like, if that happened, like if SB 712 Leno law, if it had passed, Haggerty and this and
everything
that,
would be erupting.
Everybody would be
It
saying,
would all be
hey,
posted
this
at the
happened.
same time on social media. You'd be
100%.
refreshing, seeing the same. You'll know when
Yeah.
it's real, bro.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah,
just when
exactly.
Billy
If you
Bob
see-
from Tennessee over here fucking posted it
Yeah,
saying
that's
the law
right.
passed. Like,
Yeah.
listen,
That's
buddy,
right.
relax. But also these scams that are happening too. People are getting caught up in them. I mean, it almost happened to this guy too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wells Fargo called. It said maybe Wells Fargo, and they called.
It didn't say maybe. It actually said Wells Fargo Bank. So I answered it assuming it was Wells Fargo Bank.
Whoa.
Thank God Wells actually did their part. I'm not shitting
Hold on,
dude.
but if we didn't tell you, you were going through with it, bro. You were going through with it.
I was following the whole thing. I was going down
Giving
the
them all your information.
Dude, this guy was
and-
on FaceTime with an agent. I'm like, what? Wells Fargo wouldn't FaceTime you, bro. And he goes, you're right.
Whoa.
He goes, hold on a second. I'm like, hang up, bro. Tell him you'll call him back. I'm like, look up Wells Fargo. Or Assad was saying it, right? Look up
Yeah.
Wells Fargo and call them. Wells Fargo goes immediately. They're like, get everybody out of the car that's around you. Lock
Yep.
the door. Like take
Like
it
they
off
wanted
speaker.
me by myself.
You're being scammed, sir. Like that. Whoever you were talking to before for 2 hours was scamming you.
Yep.
No joke.
Yep.
They get away with
That's
it, bro.
no
And the
joke.
crazy part is he was saying, okay, I'm going to send you a code. Read me the code. And it came through from the Wells Fargo number, which was bonkers. So, I mean, thank God for the younger guys that were going, dude, hang up the phone now. This is bullshit.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank God Wells Fargo actually did their job, which is they knew something was going on. So they totally locked me out of all my accounts. I had to go into a branch. I remember where we were at. We were shooting at Roadster Shop that day. The next day was at Ring Brothers, and before going to the Ring Brothers, I had to go into a branch to prove my identity.
Yep.
Wow.
And it wasn't as easy as just go in and show them my ID. I was in the branch for 45 minutes proving that, which is cool that they caught it, but it is scary that the scams have gotten that good. Because anybody my age, I get a call from Wells Fargo Bank, which is my bank. I'm assuming they're calling me, and they said, just so you know, we'll never call you.
Yeah.
We will never call you. We'll send you an email, but we will never call you.
Yeah. Wow.
And then some people think there's a girl that they're talking to online, and it's sexy.
20
bot.
hot singles 0.8 of a mile away from you.
People believe that, bro.
I know.
We have a lot of bots like within the first 5 minutes that come on our YouTube channel, and your content is amazing.
Oh, they blast comments.
There was a guy who was having a conversation with one, bro.
Yeah, we
That's amazing.
kept seeing it. He kept commenting back, and it was commenting back, and there was this whole dialogue
That's
going
amazing.
on. I was like, bro, I can even figure this one out.
Yeah, some of them were like, if you can't figure it out, you deserve to get scammed,
Yeah,
bro.
totally.
You deserve
Yeah.
to
Totally.
be catfished by that person.
Totally.
Well, I mean,
Fucking
like,
retard.
even going back to what the internet's done to like the car culture.
Yeah.
It is completely changing from the 2000s to late 2000s forum days of posting your build up and really enjoying someone's process to watching your guys or my videos and oh, that thing's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
After someone poured their life into it or whatever,
Yeah, man.
and it is a actually sorted out nice build or I could make way more power for cheaper, whatever it is. It's just
Yep.
there's a lot of that now.
Well, speaking of that, sorry to cut you off, but I titled your video "Sleeper."
Oh, dude, I got some heat for the word sleeper. I had the author, there's this thing called Sloppy Mechanics, and the guy who founded it posted a snapshot of the video and said, I hate the way sleepers are, the term sleepers thrown around now, blah, 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 blah. And I never pour fuel on the fire with those things.
I did.
Just this one time.
I went off on everyone.
Yeah, you did.
One time, really I'm just
hard,
bro, I looked up to you when I was in high school, building your stuff. I followed your build recipes, blah, blah, blah. And this car is honestly a little sprinkle of your knowledge in this car. And for you to shit on my whole build sucks to hear it coming from you. So
totally.
That was a weird one to see, if you have some, random Joe in Nebraska sitting on his mom's couch, talking shit. I don't
but
care.
this is someone you actually respect.
Yeah, I did, but
Or you did, yeah. Well, the other one that I found recently that I find really interesting is HRE has just come on as a sponsor on our Fox body, which is rad because I
beautiful wheels.
I love their wheels. I think not only beautiful but quality, you know. And I am definitely red, white, and blue American. I love being from here. I love American-made products when they're actually American-made. And it's horrible with HRE. They were telling us part of them working with us was us going down to shoot at their place because there's been misinformation about their company that they're buying Chinese-made wheels, putting their center caps on, and selling them for more than you could just buy from, what is it, Alibaba?
Yeah, just...
So there's misinformation about HRE. I mean, look into that company sometime. Guess what? Vista, California, they're making their fucking wheels.
And in California at that, let alone the U.S., we know how expensive it is to do business in California. I mean, anyone does who, even if you're in the car world or not, it's crazy.
I mean, they could overnight increase their profits by 20+% if they just moved one state away. I mean, pick the state, Arizona, Nevada, they could instantly. But the idea that they've kept the heart of what they do, I don't know. And I'm not going off. I mean, well, I am, but I didn't mean to go off on HRE. But I just think it's interesting that we are in this time where people can be so quickly misinformed. And it's fucked up. I mean, look, I get a little pissed off about it, to tell you the truth, that there's people out there that their mission in life is they wake up in the morning and go,
to take someone else's.
Who can I fuck to make some money today? Who can I fuck to make some money,
bro? And you can feel it off people too when you meet him. Something about this guy. Slimy, dude.
Yeah,
for sure, man. It's dude. So what's on the list for you, motorsports wise, these days?
Just drag racing still. Just picking and choosing events that's kind of worth going to. It sucks that Irwindale Speedway shut down our home track. So the next closest track is, Bakersfield and then Vegas, which they're not. Bakersfield is 3.5 hours, and Vegas is 4 hours for me.
Right, so, totally.
That really sucks. There is a new track going in at Kern, which is still Bakersfield, basically, but there's a new 8th Mile track going in there, which is awesome. Just that, and then boats. I've been really sinking my teeth into the boat world.
No pun intended. Sinking? Sorry.
That's Kyle trying to be funny. He throws them out there once in a while.
I'm getting
he
into boats.
them.
I'm sinking my teeth in sinking. No pun intended. Whatever. It's okay. We'll move past that.
We can edit that one out.
I'll have to do that.
Josh is over here silently just shaking his head.
I hear this every day, bro.
So you go fast boats, I'm assuming?
Yes. I don't like sailboats or wakeboard boats.
Okay.
Sorry to all the wakeboard fans. If you want to surf, go to the ocean. But
wow.
But
that was a hit.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's the small boat world, your jet boat V-Drive, 17, 18, 22-ish foot, 24-foot boats are those are the fun hot rods. Obviously, the big boats like your MTIs, DCBs, 40, 42, 44 foot cats. Those are also a lot of fun to drive. I've driven them as well.
Have you really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm super big on mindset, and I've just gravitated towards, the boating world. One, I've grew up boating. My dad, the one build or not one, he's done a few, but like the one build that he's done like kind of all on by himself was a Howard boat. He built the first open bow deep V boat with Gene, Howard, back in '96. Wow. So that was cool. That was like on the cover of Hot Boat magazine and all that fun stuff. So that was my introduction to boating. Every summer the family was doing Lake Mead trips and Lake Powell trips and stuff like that. So it was just a way to get the family together. It wasn't like, let's go fast, go racing. But it was just more so family time. But, the whole big boat world is fascinating because the type of person that owns those boats. They're typically business owners and they're successful guys. And, they got...
I mean, you got to be. You're dealing with big dollar... vehicles,
$1 to $2 million toys. So and most of these guys
staff
own multiple of them. So I use the boats to go meet these guys and learn from them. About just how they are, how they've run businesses, all that stuff like that. One of them, a good friend of mine, Cliff Sullivan. He's basically been my mentor for the last couple of years. One of the coolest guys around, and this one boat was my dream boat back when it was built in 2017. The colors, the power, it was an M41 DCB with twin 1350 twin turbo motors in it.
Turbos?
So it's a badass boat. And I've followed the boat through its couple owners. Well, about 3-4 months after I randomly met him at some Italian restaurant, he bought this boat. And I was still like new to like meeting him, and we were just kind of like Instagram friends, kind of just like commenting here and there, and it was cool or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, anytime you're out in Havasu, let me know. We'll take you for a ride." So I was like, "Okay, when are you going out next time?" I'll just happen to be there too.
Totally.
So he said, "All right, we'll come out this date and whatever." So I actually went out a couple times with him, and we didn't take the boat out. We took his pontoon out, which is 800 horsepower pontoon boat.
Okay,
not a bad thing,
of course.
But I was just like, so like, damn it! I want to get on this boat. I want to.
Is there footage of this boat?
Yeah.
What is the name of the boat? I'm just curious because like I'm not into boats like that.
It's on my YouTube channel. Like I did a video with him out there in it.
On your channel?
Yeah, it's just like
maybe pull that
doing Havasu the right way.
What's your password for your computer?
Let me just say that on the podcast right now.
So this is the boat. A little bit. This is it coming out of the garage, and it's the whole point of these boats is to show off as much as go fast. So this thing's on a tilt trailer that tilts the boat all.
It's one of those dudes. Yeah, sure.
Is this a house in Havasu?
Yeah,
dude, that's a fucking badass pad.
Yeah.
Holy shit, look at it barely fitting out of the garage.
Yeah, it's got less than a foot to the garage door.
Oh my God.
So this is the twin turbo crazy one.
Wow, look at that thing.
So it's got a pair of Mercury Racing 1350s, twin turbo motors in it, number 8 drives, all the big stuff.
God, that's bad. How many feet?
So that's a 41-foot boat. Wow. Yeah, and it's like 12 and a half feet wide.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that thing weighs right around 9,000, 9,500 pounds.
Holy shit.
Wow, man. And how fast will that go on the water?
Depending on props.
That's you driving it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you driving a boat? Do you drive a boat?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you don't float a boat, right?
Yeah, you drive a boat. You float if you break it.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, but
or if you like me,
dude,
and you pull into a cove and then you get out.
Holly Dash right there.
Those are all the big touchscreen Simrads, and it's.
Oh my God, the sound! Hey, turn it up a little bit, Josh.
So this was my second or third time driving this boat, and he was like, "All right, well, just cruise at 80, 90, and
just cruising."
Yeah, I mean that boat is like. It's built to go fast, obviously. So 90
that'll
miles
be 160, 170 mile an hour boat. Huh?
Exactly. I think that thing does. I think we had 176 in it with the big props.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the chair you're sitting into. Holy
I know.
shit.
Like, it's all Alcantara. It's the top of the line, stuff. Yeah. So
is this the kind where like you're like? Isn't there there's one guy steering and another guy throttling?
No, this is like a pleasure boat.
You're controlling it all.
I'm doing throttle and steering and trim and all that stuff just with my right hands.
And when it just showed the speedo, you're just casually cruising at 80 miles an hour?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like anything though, I bet.
No, and the whole thing is people say, "Oh, it feels like you're doing twice as fast on water." Well, in the big boats, you don't. you're sitting down in the boat. You have the windshield putting the air over your head.
It doesn't feel like it, huh?
Sure.
Yeah, so you hear more than just wind in your ears. So
just funny because I've
You
been
haven't even
like
got on it
60,
yet.
70 on the water.
Yeah.
And it feels like you're hauling balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on like a shitty boat. Not shitty boat,
No.
but not a boat
Whoa.
like this, though.
Well, a boat that 60, 70s, it's max.
yeah, I mean you hear turbos wind up and all
Yeah.
that.
Just edging it, bro. Like, I'm waiting for you to fucking get into it.
I mean, just and going back to like the whole like mindset thing. Like I literally got emotional driving this boat because this is something I was like poster
Now let's
on the
go fast.
wall. Like,
Yeah.
Turn it up,
You know.
Josh. Let's hear this.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
So bitchin'.
Yeah, this thing is. A
It doesn't
riot.
seem like
I've never been in one of those.
Yeah.
115.
These we have the
Oh,
small
Oh,
props.
shit. Okay, so you're, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah, this thing gets.
Oh, my God.
So that's at 5,700 RPMs. They'll
Bro.
turn like 6,800.
Oh, so you're cooking.
Yeah,
But dude, it seems calm. Look at him. He's playing with the screen at 145.
yeah,
Hey, look over here, Griffin.
yeah.
Bro, hey, you're going. Is that legal?
Here comes
Is
a
there-
buck
is there-
50,
Yeah,
huh?
there's
You
no speed limit.
motherfucker.
Yep.
Wow, dude. Yeah, so you got like a whole different.
Okay, that seems fast now. Looking at the water on the side moving.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a pleasure boat.
Hold on.
Crazy.
You've gone faster than this?
An MTI sitting passenger. I wasn't driving it. A 48-foot MTI did 168.
Wow.
40
Yeah.
foot?
48.
48, and this is
Yeah.
20 something. What did you
This
say?
is 41.
41, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Cliff. That's the mentor, the cool guy.
Wait, while you guys were driving, you switched seats?
No,
Or
we
different.
no,
okay.
yeah.
Just asking, man.
So there's an 800 horse pontoon behind him there with twin 400s on it, and that boat does 60 with 15 people on it.
And that probably feels faster.
and he
Like,
totally looks like the guy that would own that boat. I mean, I'm not being a dick. I'm just saying, like,
totally.
it seems like all the guys that own those boats are always heavily tatted, very fit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's,
Of course, Sean is admiring the male body again.
I mean, you're tatted and fit too, so where's yours?
Motherfuckers.
Bro.
Yeah, see, now I'm fit. Yeah, I used to be fat.
But yeah, I mean, the boat world is crazy. And then you go
Yeah.
from like that crowd to the small boats, like your little V-Drive jet boats or whatever.
Yeah.
Totally different crowd. Like completely different type of person. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like going from your Ferrari Lambo guys to your Corvette, GT 500 guys. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's Bugatti,
Yeah.
Pagani guys. There's
Right.
levels to this shit.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
There really is
sure,
levels to it.
sure.
So, these guys don't care about spending $1,500 per 2 hours in fuel.
Whoa.
It's like your other guys are like, let's chill at the sandbar, like bring the showboat out and like let people admire it and like everyone's cool with it.
And then make a
whatever.
quick rip and you're done.
Yeah, and then put it back on the trailer.
Yeah, right.
It's two totally different things. I love everything. I love the whole boating industry, small to big, other than the wakeboard boats because they sink the small boats. But the small boats is kind of where I'm diving into right now. I have a Sanger V-Drive boat that I just recently picked up,
Right.
and bought it without the motor. So I'm putting a pretty nasty little twin turbo big block, together for it.
Oh, wow.
So
What are the little boats that you see, like Nick Nelson and the other guys? They like go from land.
So that's
they go
totally
from water
different.
onto land. They like drift on the land and then go back on the water. You ever seen these guys? They
are
jump.
they like the little aluminum?
yeah, they're
Yes.
tiny.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, those
They're
are
like stunt boats or something.
They're like 10 or 12 footers.
Yeah.
Maybe. I
If
don't
you
know.
go back to that video, like I go into one of those boats, like at the end of the video, like because one dude was out there ripping it, like, dude, so much fun. They have a jet ski powertrain in it, so like your
Okay.
180 horsepower, 2 or 3 cylinder
Yeah.
deal, like Sea-Doo or
And
whatever.
it's tiny though, right?
Yeah, like
Is this it? Let me see.
Yeah.
These are. I don't know if these are the same ones that I'm thinking of.
But this is like the little like 10-foot aluminum deal that you could literally jump,
So
slide
definitely-
across rocks.
You
Yes.
can go over rocks and shit with them, right?
Yeah, like look, we go through like all the Tillies right here. Like we were just
dude. It seems like you're ripping.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Can this? Oh my god, you're gonna flip it, bro. Or
Yeah,
it's
I
not
mean,
like that.
I've seen videos of like Blake Wilkie,
That's the
Nick
guy I was-
Nelson.
that's-
Yeah, this is the boats that Wilkie
Okay.
has. Like
Similar-
it's those boats.
Yeah.
So much
I
fun.
saw
like-
the one with those guys where they go to a river where you would be like river rafting down the
rushing
rapids,
waters,
and they're going up it.
Yes, yeah, that's that kind of boat.
Look up like Blake Wilkie. What would you call it? Mini boat? What would you say?
Mini boat. Yeah,
Blake Wilkie mini boat.
That looks like so. I mean, watching that shit just looks like a blast.
It's smile ear to ear.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Like the fun thing is about the boat world, like it's all your motorsports plus chilling out and hanging out.
Dude, I just spent a weekend in Havasu, and
I did too. I was there.
I know we were both there at the. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like a little Polaris for the water, dude. Oh, that's a
little RC.
Real. That's an RC.
That's what you would be driving, Kyle.
It's the Spicoli, bro. Wait, I just got what you said. You think I'm on the RC car, bro? That's me, bro.
That's you and me both right there, and then Wilkie comes along But it's bonkers what these guys are doing with these things, going up rivers like that.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it does beat the boats up, but they're built to do it.
The whole underneath is all scratched up going over rocks. And shit,
it's real thick aluminum, or even they put like.
Look at that.
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun. So that's why I love the marine world. There's so many different avenues that a lot of people don't really even know. Like these little things, for example. People just.
I would never have known about this without seeing these videos.
That's Nick Nelson, right?
Yeah, that's Nick.
Yeah, I think that's at Lake Powell. That looks like.
Dude,
Powell.
this looks like so much fun.
Dude, you're like on a go-kart on water.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Perfect example or description. But it's funny watching them. They're like
fun,
they're banging off the walls and stuff. And I guess it makes sense though. It's all aluminum, right? So it's gonna take a beating, I would think.
Yeah, I think those little boats are $70,000-$80,000 little boats too.
Are they really?
Yeah, if you want to buy one like turnkey, they're some pretty good coin.
Wow.
Look at that, Josh. Boom.
That's the only downside to the marine world is everything is way expensive.
I mean, I saw it over the weekend. We're out there with my friend Dave. He's got a 30-foot Conquest deck boat.
Yeah.
And it's an old one. It's from 93.
Okay.
Like immaculate condition, but he's redone the interior, the audio. He's on his second or third motor for it.
Yeah.
NA big block, so it sounds bitching and stuff. And, that boat will get up to like 65, 70 miles an hour. But that's like, in my opinion, perfect boat for... Like we had a crew of 9 of us out on the boat. We're just chilling out, pulling to like Copper Canyon and stuff, and float around and hang out. And it's such a fun time, man. It's the boating world is definitely fun.
Yeah, and that's like with the small boat world, like everything, like the engine's exposed, and like it's a show. Like it's the culture of it, which is so cool. And then like you go from Havasu to Parker. Completely different crowd for the most part, like a totally different crowd, like different vibes, like and all that. You have like Fox's, like the floating bar, and Sundance, and like you get out there super early. There's no noise ordinances, so you could be out there literally like as the sun comes up with your open header blown alcohol freaking boat and ripping.
Yeah.
You do it while it's glass out there. You go park it, go to Sundance, eat your breakfast tacos, and then chill, and then
sounds like a good life, bro.
Dude, I
like it.
It's not bad. It is not bad. So,
it's fun. I mean, I've only been out, I've been to Havasu a few times now. I've never been to Parker.
You so should. Like, we'll take it once my boat's done. I mean, literally in the next couple of weeks, I should have this engine together. And then,
I'll be there, bro.
Yeah.
I'd love to, because I was saying after this trip, this last weekend, like, all right, I need to start making this when it's the season.
Yes.
Make it a regular, go out there 2 or 3 times during the season, because it is, God dang, it's so much fun.
It's such a nice change of like pace of life. Granted, it's 120 out there, but that's what the water's for.
Well, it is, exactly. But I noticed like when you're just floating around and chilling, and now, I mean, if you're drinking heavily, I think you're probably going to get in trouble because of
that'll
the
kill
heat.
you.
But I had a couple drinks.
Water,
I was chilling out, drinking water. We're eating. I mean, it's my buddy Dave, so we're eating great for like lamb chops off the back of his fucking boat.
So we're like on the pontoon. We were barbecuing burgers and doing the whole thing, and it's the life.
It doesn't matter. You're in shorts, jump in the water, drink. Yeah, you're chilling.
And for some reason, I got to say, from having done it a few times now, food tastes better when you're floating in the
Always.
water,
Dude,
doesn't it?
Drinks are colder. Like everything
Bro,
is
there's
just
that
better.
nostalgic feeling. You go swimming as a kid, you come out, you put chips in your sandwich, you eat your turkey ham sandwich wet with the wet fingers, bro.
Yes.
It's the best.
It's
It's
so
just something
good.
about being
It's
wet
so
eating.
good.
Oh, dude! Like, and then like you're chilling at the sandbar. It's like, all right, well, let's take the jet skis for a rip or whatever, and like go out for 20 minutes and come back and just chill. Like it's a total just decompression of the normal life.
Yeah.
So it's I'm gonna be putting a couple engines together for a couple other guys as well. So that's I don't know. Like I kind of see like. Some guys have been like, dude, you need to start building engines for these boats, like with the way you do stuff and whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, let me put one together for mine first and
Go
prove
show it
and,
off, right?
make sure it's good, and then whatever. We might do a couple other engines for some V drives and jets and stuff like that.
I gotta imagine too, with the building engines for these things, they got to be heavily built, not just for the power, but for you put the hammer down and you hold it there for a while. I mean, they're under a lot of load for long periods of time.
The marine environment is the most abusive environment an engine lives in.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Have you seen that video of the turbo blowing up? That one YouTuber, Roman Atwood?
Yeah.
He was on one of those Thailand, Vietnam, whatever. They put those big turbos on them. Have you seen
diesel?
these guys?
Yeah.
They have like a stick and they're like flooring it with that, and the turbo's spooling right there, but it's all exposed.
Wow.
And it blew up in his face.
he oversped.
bro.
He oversped the turbo and the compressor
Pull
wheel.
that up.
Wow.
Roman Atwood boat motor explosion, turbo explosion. That's one I've seen, but I've seen the big Vietnam, Thailand. Where are they doing it? You know which ones I'm talking about?
They're like somewhere
I think
out
it's
there.
they do like Thailand boat racing, but it's like cheap little shitty boats, bro. Look at that.
Oh, crazy.
See how he has the stick with the whole thing, but then watch this thing blows up.
Oh,
Boom.
jeez.
Barely missed him.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that would go right through
Dude, that'll
you.
annihilate you.
Oh, it'll go right through.
And that's
It
the
would-
back, bro. That's the back of his head facing it.
Oh my
The driver just would
God,
have been
that
shot.
shit's
like,
crazy.
Nuts, dude.
that's a no joke situation when turbos come apart.
Of all like motorsports and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it can
we've
happen.
picked dangerous hobbies to enjoy.
Yeah.
We really have. I thought about it today. I had to rip out to my brother's in Calabasas and get back here. I know if I take my car, I'm going to be late or I'm going to have to cut my visit with him short. It's like, if I could jump on the Harley real quick,
Right.
buzz through all the traffic.
But see, even just doing that, bro, is like, especially in the mindset of like, I'm doing this to buzz through traffic. You're in the mindset of, I got to get there, I got to get back. It's not like a leisure Sunday ride.
No.
So that's where
Yeah.
shit really can go
Dude,
down.
like you're way crazier than me in that sense. I would be way too scared to lane split on a bike or like
It's so funny.
do that
I
stuff.
can't even imagine that's considered crazier because to me it's just like now again like all through my 20s I was a motorcycle messenger, right? So I was
you
in
put
between
miles
cars
in.
I was riding 50,000 miles a year on my bike, you know.
Crazy.
So it doesn't even seem crazy to me. It's like I guess it's an exact what I've heard from guys like you. It's like it's not whether or not you're good enough. It's that you just haven't had enough seat time yet.
Well, that for sure, and then the unknown of other people that don't use their blinker and it's just bam, I'm going to
For
come
sure.
over. Like that's the part that scares
For
me.
sure.
I know I can thread a needle like in a very tight space. Like that I don't
But I look for it. That's what I mean. It's like the perspectives you get once you've done something enough times. Like I mean, I laugh all the time. I'm like, I love how predictable people are when they're driving. I can tell the guy that's texting or looking at his phone. I can tell,
how fast do you like go through traffic at? Like if like flow traffic's 10 or 15 miles an hour, how fast are you going?
See, I don't do like I used to. I used to go through, traffic would be stopped and I'd be going through it like 60, 65.
He's crashed 8 times. He's had 8 accidents.
Now I
one
go
less
through, I stay in that realm of usually 10, 15 miles an hour faster than the flow of traffic.
Okay, that's manageable where you can slam brakes and
you've got time to
hopefully save it.
respond.
Yeah.
You've got time to respond. When I was a kid, when I was a motorcycle messenger, I actually got pulled over by a cop one time that had called ahead to another cop.
Oh, so he met you like
Yeah, he was waiting for
intersected
me
you.
because I didn't know that there was a rule to it. I thought you just go at the pace you can go at.
Jeez, Sean.
Yeah.
All other regards to the law.
Yeah. And I remember I got pulled over and I said, "Well, you guys split. What am I doing wrong? You guys split lanes." And he said, "Sir, we allow up to 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, or 10 miles an hour over the flow of traffic,
Right.
up until 45 miles per hour. Then they want you to sit with everyone."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, but I have documents that have to get to court. And so, I had 15 minutes to get from Century City to downtown LA. I got to make it.
I don't think it's that strict anymore. I don't think they go like that. Might be the written law, but like they kind of let.
Well, there's actually technically no. The written law is, at least, I mean, from what I found out that day, was that they can write you for reckless endangerment, exhibition of speed, passing on the right. They can write you for, because technically you're not supposed to pass on the right, But
everyone in California obeys the law of, move over for faster vehicles.
Of course they do.
Oh, the biggest pet peeve, that and driving with the brights on. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I'm with you. Especially when you're on a long road where it's 2 lanes on each side.
And you're staring at someone's headlights for a while.
Dude, why are you driving right next to the car next to you? Can you not just pull in behind them and leave? Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. I love driving in Germany, because in Germany, you're rolling on the Autobahn and everybody's in the right lane. Unless you're hauling balls, then you jump over, you pass people, and you move right back over. And it keeps that lane open all the fucking time.
Yes, California law says that too.
I know.
You can't camp out in the number 1 lane, or even 2 or whatever. Like if there's no one ahead of you and people behind you,
move over. That's right. They even have the signs that say slower traffic, keep right.
Yeah.
Now, I always find it fascinating that where they put that sign is actually over on the right-hand side of the road.
True.
That's very true.
You should put it in. Oh, yeah.
And I think most people probably look at that and go, fuck you, I'm going 80. I'm not slow.
Yeah, I'm going the speed limit.
No, dude, it's not a matter of that you're going slow.
That's
it's that
fine.
You're going slower than the guy that's going 120 behind you.
Number 1 is like, we got ticket money there. Like we could have the tickets. We're fine. Get over. That's the don't have ticket money lanes.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm so with you on that.
I think we got to change the speed limit, bro, because 65 is not fucking. The cars are not going 65 anymore. 80 is the new 65.
You feel 75, like you're crawling
80. Well, we have the slowest speed limits like in the nation, I think. Like as a whole like area, we've got the slowest.
But then if we bump up the speed limit, people are going to be like, it's 80 now? Well, I'm going to go 100.
Well, exactly. Look at Arizona, Texas, all these other states, like where semis are cruising 80, 90.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Yep. No, I'm dude, I'm totally with you on that stuff. I mean, it'd be fun, especially with modern vehicles, But I think we should go through, personally, if it was up to me, I'd make it harder to get your license.
For 100%. Sure. That would probably be a good one.
Well, I would also do every 5 years you come back and do a driving test kind of thing, and like
totally prove that you're competent to drive.
Exactly.
And they do that in Germany. It's another. I love Germany because they're so focused on obviously high performance vehicles.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get your license there,
Yeah.
It's really hard. It costs you a lot of money.
Interesting.
But that's why these fuckers can roll at 150 on the Autobahn, and they're chilling.
They're doing.
And some of those countries, too, you're not allowed to have a shitty car.
Oh, no.
So you have to get your car inspected.
It's kind of the same as Dubai. I've never been to Dubai, but like you have to have, there's a standard of like, you can't be rolling in a hoopty that's like, can barely make it up a hill kind of thing.
Right.
And there's a lot of those on the streets out here, bro.
Dude, oh my God. You see cars where the bumper's about to fall off and it's like guys just rolling down the road. Yeah. Totally. All right. So back to the motorsport stuff, because it flips me out what you do. Like we went off on a tangent about that I'm the crazy one riding motorcycles, splitting traffic. But the reality is, like the Volvo video we just shot, to you, that's just fun fast.
Yeah. It's like I can abuse that and, one arm out the window and just whatever while the thing's, hazing the tires for 300 feet,
Yeah, and you're chilling. I mean, I sat right next to you watching going, wow. And I didn't even know how much we were doing burnouts.
Yeah.
Until I watched the video back. I was like, holy shit, he's laying stripes for like 150 feet.
Yeah.
So for you, it's got to take a lot to get your blood pumping. I mean, blood pumping in the sense, like I know that gets your blood pumping, like, woohoo, this is fun.
Yeah.
Right? But it's got to take a lot to get the heart rate. Like, it's got to take your fucking truck.
Yeah. And that's why the truck is where it is.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like push my own limit of how much can I handle. And I've driven stuff faster than the truck.
Wow.
And that to me, like the fastest thing I've driven is just that, and that's all I know. Like that's my cap.
Yeah.
Like literally the next fastest thing would be a Top Fuel Nitro dragster or funny car.
Wow.
Because I've driven, Radial versus the World Pro mods and stuff where they're going 350s, 360s in the 8th at 210, 212, 215, right around there.
You've done that, huh?
Yeah, I've driven, their good friend of mine, Patrick and Jeff Miller, like they let me drive their Pro Mod.
Wow.
And
we got to hook you up with Ida, bro. Ida Zetrastorm.
Oh, I know Ida, yeah.
Do you know Ida?
Yeah, she's a great girl. Really cool.
Yeah. She's cool.
Yeah.
She joined us on here one time.
Yeah. She was one of the first ones, right?
She was.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I'm talking to her when she told me, I asked her that day what like G-force is, because I've experienced, to give or take, about 2.5 positive Gs. Mm-hmm. She said they're launching at like 5 and then picking up more Gs as they accelerate down the fucking
as
track.
That clutch starts locking up and going 1-to-1. Yeah, it's and that's even with my stuff too. Like the max G-force is a few hundred feet out in the run. It's not right off the line.
Really?
Yeah.
You build up to it.
Yeah, I mean the tires, chassis, the track, the whole combination it can't hold full tilt max power from 0 mile per hour.
You have to build up to it.
You have to get some momentum going, get the tire planted, and a couple other things have to happen before you really start pouring in power. But same even with the Volvo, that's only 1,500 horsepower. Same concept. You can't just leave on 1,500 horsepower.
Right. Yeah. So, I get it.
Are you into planes too, or not really?
No, I respect them, and I definitely high up on the bucket list is go for a ride in a fighter jet.
Can you handle it? Like most people can't, right?
I think I can. Obviously, that's a totally different type of G-force. You've got
for sure.
Up, down, and whatever. Mine's just lateral. Like that's a 3-dimensional G-force, if you will.
Yeah, right.
But that's why I want to go into a fighter jet, is to see how much my body can handle.
Yeah, I feel like I would get nauseous. Like I really do feel like I'd get like seasick in a way and throw up.
I guarantee you would puke.
I think
100%.
Just about every normal person that isn't conditioned for that would.
You have a better chance than us because you've experienced a lot more G-forces. So you probably are a good candidate to try that. We're not.
No, I mean, I know. I mean, it doesn't mean now if I got an opportunity.
It'd be hard to pass it.
Let's go. I'll clean the cockpit.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go. I want to try it. I'd probably pass out, is the truth. I mean, especially if now I don't think they would ever take you for a ride and go, okay, and now we're going to do an 8G turn. Like, dude, you're going to sleep.
Yeah. Well, they do they'll do a big bank and they just tighten up the bank where it's like, here's 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Like, you good? 4.5, 5. And they don't hear a response. Okay, you're out.
Yeah, we're stopping here.
Yeah.
I got to do up in Camarillo, actually. They were doing an air show day.
We went there. That was cool. Yeah.
And my friend got me in one of it was one of the trainer planes, like prop plane.
Yeah.
Guy in front, I'm sitting behind him, and he went, okay, do you want to do like what we would do, like a bombing run? Because he flew in Vietnam.
Wow, that's sick.
And
so you're coming down and doing the whole like.
Yeah, so I said, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, all right, let's first test and see how you are. And we're flying like this, and he goes, whap, whap, like this real quick. And I was silent for a minute. He's like, you okay back there? Yeah. Okay.
Shit, Sean.
And then he did it the opposite way, and I was like, I'm okay. And he goes, all right, see that house down there? And he points down, and I'm like, yeah. And he goes, all right, so here's how we bomb. And he just pointed this fucker straight down. I was very quiet in the back.
Back in Vietnam,
everything
this is how you do it.
Seriously,
everything starts coming up, your lunch and all that. And
that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And I definitely thought I was going to hurl, and I think we're only, I don't know, it's a couple G's, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes, okay, bombs away. Now we're catching flack or whatever, and so now he turns it up and he starts spinning it as we're coming up.
Ooh.
I was like, all right, dude, I'm done. And he's like, okay, I just wanted to see if you could handle it. He's like, let's head back, And
wow.
I mean, it was, and you think about it, that's in a fucking prop plane.
Yeah.
That's a
jets
trainer.
are probably 10 times that.
That's a trainer. That's like, for him, it's the equivalent of like you out just fucking around having fun in your Volvo while I'm over in the passenger seat about to piss myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it freaks me out to see how, and you watch how those jets move. They're so like it's sharp, dude. It's it's almost like you're watching a UFO.
Yeah.
That's a whole other world, man.
I just figured maybe you might like that stuff just because
I would. If I got the opportunity, hell yeah, in a heartbeat, I'm in, for sure. But like for G-force, like I think I think the truck, we're up in the 3s.
Wow.
3 Gs.
At the final pull that you build up to?
It's usually around 2 seconds, 2.2 into the run, 2.3, right around there, depending.
Do you have something that's measuring that in the truck?
I've got 2 G meters in the truck.
You do?
Yeah. So the G meter is one of the most important tuning tools in drag racing, because the whole point of drag racing is acceleration. Can we keep accelerating harder for longer? Because if we do, we're going to beat.
And the G meter's part of what helps you to understand that, huh?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes. So if something happens with the motor, or transmission, or whatever, or like, we make a physical change to the truck, we'll see that in the G meter of like, okay, cool. Like I know like that truck hits the aerodynamic wall at, I think it's 146 miles an hour. It's weird. Like you see like, I'll have numerous data logs of the G meter doing just about the same exact thing. And at 146, there's a almost vertical dip.
Really?
To where it hits the aerodynamic wall.
Because you're pushing basically a brick through the wall with that fucking truck.
A 56 Chevy is not meant to do what we're doing with it. So it's definitely like there's that for sure. And then like, if we change gear, do the 1-2 shift at a different time, like we'll see like a little like flutter like in the G meter, or like if the converter's coupled better or worse or whatever, like we see that stuff in the G meter. So
how about when you ran that Pro Mod car, that's pulling higher Gs, right?
Yeah, it's like another almost half a G higher than my truck, just for a split second. I mean, because that car, like it's a 2,200 pound missile. Like it's shaped like a bullet, like it's a purpose-built Pro Mod.
Of course.
So we've got the same power, in my truck as the Pro Mod, but a bullet's going to go faster than a brick.
The same shape.
Right. Yeah, totally.
So, that's why, with the same power, that car will go to 200 and something miles an hour in the 8th.
Yeah.
And
in an 8th, bro?
Yeah. Like those cars do 2 to 220 in the 8th, depending. Yeah.
That's
fast
serious.
to go from 0 to 220 and what is that, like 4 seconds?
It's 3, high 3 seconds, 360s, 70s, 80s. Yeah.
I can't even imagine, dude. I mean,
a lot happens very quick.
Oh my God.
I remember asking Ida that, it's like you're sub 4 seconds going 0 to over 300 miles. I mean, I think she said her fastest was 330.
Yeah, they're up in the 330s.
What if she said something like it's fast and slow at the same time because you're thinking about all the inputs that you're doing?
Right.
So because of all the little things you're thinking of, it's not just like that. It's like
you're thinking of a lot.
1,000 things happened in that 3 seconds that you went,
that's like,
And
I guess to answer your question about like what gets your heart going or whatever, it's the build up right before you let go of the button. It's like doing the burnout right, backing up, like getting your system down.
Yeah.
It's
like,
not the pull itself.
Yeah, like
it's
that.
the
like,
fighter walking into the octagon feeling.
Exactly.
That's the hardest part, not when the fight starts.
It's like, and then after the fact, like once I look down, it's like, okay, I don't see smoke. Nothing's on fire. We still have oil pressure. Whew, okay, we can breathe now. Like, it's all good. Like I'm under 100 miles an hour. Like start using the brakes again. Everything's coming back to normal life now.
Wow.
So with like the Pro Mod deal, that car had a 6-speed Lenko in it, and the startup, burnout, and backup process was so different. I had to learn that the day I got there.
Wow.
So like, putting the car in gear, doing the burnout, going through all 6 gears in the burnout. And
you go through all 6 gears in the burnout.
Yeah. Like I'll start the burnout in third, just in the water, and, it just spins it no problem. And then just third, and like on a toggle switch, it goes bam, 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 bam. And you go to 6th or 7th gear or whatever it had, and keep the RPMs in a certain range, right under the 6,500, because once the turbos come on, that motor will run away up from you.
Right.
Holy shit,
yeah,
dude.
so there's a lot going on, and then stopping, coming down from the burnout, like hitting just a quick bump of the trans brake because it had a Bruno drive, which is a race transmission deal. You have to do that to release the band, and then all this stuff, blah, 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 and then backing up. There's a sequence on the switches, and you're so tight, you can't look over.
Right, that's the other thing. You're nailed in there.
Yeah, you have to do it all by feel and muscle memory.
Fuck.
So back up, get in the groove, look at the guy who's telling you where you're at or whatever, and then coming up and 2-foot it just in case the engine RPM drops and it wants to stall or whatever. Like there's a lot of things, and like this whole time, like look down, like make sure oil pressure is good. All those things on the gauges are okay, and then Now we could just concentrate on the tree. Everything else stops, goes away.
Wow.
Now you grab the trans brake, foot to the floor, and sometimes I'll watch the gauge, just watch boost come up to command because I know we're leaving on, X boost or whatever it is. I'm anticipating that number. Bump in once, you light the second bulbs, and you just let go of the button when the green light goes, and you're on for the ride.
So what does that mean? Because I see cars do that all the time. They're full throttle, and then they do this jerk. They like lunge forward real quick. But
so that's a turbo car thing. So obviously turbos take time to spool up. It's not literally instant like a supercharger deal.
Yeah.
So they'll light the first set of bulbs. They'll go to the first beams, and then grab the trans brake. And the trans brake basically puts the transmission in first and reverse at the same time. So you can still put the engine under load, but the car ain't moving.
And then it drops the reverse when you take off.
When you hit the bump button, all it does is just intercepts the signal of the trans brake just momentarily, literally milliseconds. It turns the trans brake off and back on again.
So and what's the purpose of that?
So you spool turbos up in the first beams, and you come into the second beams in boost, ready to go.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I always see cars do that. You see, what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly. Dude, I know.
I did it with you in the Volvo, where like you spool up and you bump in, like we did like a couple like hard.
Yeah,
bumps.
I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like my right thumb is trans brake, and then the left on the steering wheel is bump. So like that's what gets you into the second beams, and then once you're in the second beams, the guy drops the tree. Green light goes, and then you just let off your button.
Got it.
And it launches you.
So that's the technique to get you into the peak boost that you want to be in at launch.
Yes, yeah, that's target boost, and the ECUs control all that. I tell the ECU like, hey, target launch is this, and at release of button, everything on these cars are on timers, and it's all off the trans brake button. So your power management, like all this stuff with spark and fuel and boost and all, it's all off
so
that button.
So much going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I'm over here getting uncomfortable right now listening.
You know what? Maybe the Volvo is a slow car in the sense of, like maybe it's not as crazy as I'm thinking it is.
No.
That's a nice street, driver fun car.
By today's standards, unfortunately, a 1,500 horsepower car can be driven anywhere and everywhere in the rain and the 100-degree heat and whatever.
Yeah.
And go, 170 something miles an hour in the quarter mile.
Wow.
So bonkers.
So you need 3,000 horsepower now to be.
The truck makes 4,500 plus.
Yeah. And how does it even get put down to the ground though? How is it?
Power management and chassis.
So you're not 4,500 off the bat. You're 4,500
with the truck, we're on a little bit bigger tire. That truck's on the 315 radial. The Volvo's on the 275. Now, the 275 guys can leave on some serious power with a car that's built around that tire, literally.
Yeah.
But, we'll leave the line with 1,300 horsepower on that truck.
Wow.
And then within a second or two, we'll make 2,000 or 3,000 more horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah.
You probably feel that hard, huh?
Yeah, and it's cool because you hear the turbos come in milliseconds before you feel the seat of the pants hit. And it's oh shit, here we go. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't think people understand that because you always see the comment of only if it put that power to the ground or how is he making 4,500 horsepower? It doesn't mean it's okay, power management. That's why.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's not 4,500 all the time.
The real talent with drag racing is tuning. It's understanding your entire combination, what the track can do, what the weather's doing, all the variables that you don't have control over, and then controlling the things you have control over.
Yeah.
Adjusting based on those.
Yeah. I mean, it's, a 15-degree swing in track temperature is a different tune-up. Is a totally different tune-up.
Wow.
And then if there's an oil down in front of you, and then it takes an hour to clean it up, and that lane is now in the shade, that's throw the tune-up basically out, or you got to switch tune-ups, and your strategies at that level. Now with the Volvo, way more forgiving.
Yeah.
It's more than likely still going to go down.
Yeah.
But that's why, on the Holly dashes that I told you, I can go in, in the lanes if there's an oh shit moment of, something happened in the track surface to where I have to make a change. I go in there, fully strapped in and everything, and I can be okay, don't leave at 4,700, we're going to leave at 4,500. And instead of 16 pounds of boost, we're leaving at 14 and a half or 15.
Yeah. And you do it all right there on the Holly dash.
Yeah. So that's, one of the real beauties of modern technology is that. So, and then with sensors and all, the truck's got, I think, 50 something sensors on the truck monitoring everything from ground temperature, tire temperature, shock position, front and rear, and turbo shaft speed, and there's so much that we can learn with technology and sensors now that that's why things are progressing so fast.
Yeah. So, kind of curious on this one. You're 31 years old. I'm curious what your goals are, dude. You still got. I mean, I don't know. I'm turning 60 in October, right? So we got almost 30 years between us. What are your goals, say, in the next 5 years, 10 years? What are the things you're looking forward to doing?
It changes a lot. I joke, I'm going through a midlife crisis right now because I'm like over here and then over here and then over there.
Yeah.
And then, doing a bunch of different things, whether it's building engines or driving or stunts or whatever. And, it's kind of like wherever the road takes me right now in this instant.
Okay.
Once I start building some engines and tuning boats and stuff, I think that'll be a cool little thing to sink my teeth into.
Yeah.
Just because I've been in that world a little bit, and I know the gist of it, and I know things that I want to do differently because with the small boat crowd, like your little hot rod boats, all those 98% of those guys are stuck in their old ways where they're still their old school carbureted big blocks that make 400 horsepower, and they've spent $50,000 on the motor, all that kind of stuff. So I want to bring in what I know that I've learned over the years from drag racing and endurance road course racing and all these other things, and put my twist on it. So that's like the immediate next couple year plan is engines and marine world and that kind of stuff.
So go deeper in the boat space.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. It'll be fun to watch. I mean, I know Chris relates to this well, us old fuckers, but it's fun. It really is fun to watch all you younger guys. It's fun, dude. It's fun to watch. I've watched Kyle since he started working with me when he was 18 years old, and to see how he was thinking then versus now, 7 years later, how he's thinking, what he's looking out at the future.
Yeah.
Same with you, it'll be fun to watch. What the fuck does this guy do over the next 10 years? You're creative, you're smart, you'll be, you got balls of fucking steel, I swear to God.
I'll tell you that much. Weighing you down.
Yeah, it's, and that's the fun beauty of life is that tomorrow something can come across our plate and it changes it.
Yeah, totally.
And that's why, it's great to have a plan and all, but it's also cool to, not really have one, if you can still survive and do your thing.
Well, you do pretty well. I mean, shit, dude, I've been up to your house. You live in a nice house. You look like you live a really nice life. And I always love I'm lucky in the sense like you are that I come from a really great family. You know, my mom and dad just celebrated 65 years of being married.
Amazing. That's rare.
It
Nowadays.
is rare. It is rare. And I'm tight with my brothers. I mean, you seem to, I met your dad a couple times, I know your sister's really successful as an actress. Yeah. And I don't know, you just seem like you come from a great family. It seems like you live a nice life.
Thank you. I mean, I'm very, very blessed and in that department, and I've got all the support from my family and stuff, and they're all. It's funny because I'll come to them with an idea of hey, what do you think about me doing this or doing that, and they're always like, yeah, it's cool, great, go do it.
That's
but
awesome.
I'm like, thank you, but do you think it's bad? Tell me if it's bad.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn me away from this idea? So, I joke with them when it comes to that stuff. But no, I'm lucky. And, there's a lot of fun things that come along from my sister and who she is and does. And, that whole deal too. And
sure.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Is she in the same area? Do you guys all live up in the same kind of ballpark?
Yeah. I mean, we're all, within 20, 30 minutes away from each other.
That's nice, man.
When she just got married to her husband, Josh Allen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they're half the year she's out in Buffalo and, living in New York and doing the football thing. So.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Have you been to Buffalo before?
Several times, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Fun
the part
town.
it's just not the part of New York. Like if I was going to move to New York, I wouldn't pick Buffalo.
There's a lot of old families there. Like it's generational families, I think, for sure.
I believe it. Yeah, sure.
And it's crazy. The whole town like turns Buffalo Bills. Like it is like houses are painted like the football color.
Wow.
Like statues of the players on the lawns. Like it's crazy. It's the coolest thing to see.
No, I believe it.
Yeah.
I saw it in. I lived in Wisconsin for about a year and a half, and been to Green Bay a number of times.
Yeah.
And you go to Green Bay, dude. It's like when it's football game time. There's more people in Green Bay than actually live there when it's not football time. I mean, it's like the population triples during football time.
Dude, like when they have home games, like
It's bonkers.
the entire town shuts down. Businesses shut down for game night and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
like, it's
like a
their
holiday.
religion.
Yeah.
It's so cool, but it's definitely a fun ride to be in and watch those two do their thing, and all the haters are like, oh, it must be nice to have your sister's money, bro. If I had my sister's money, I wouldn't be in a Volvo.
Yeah, and you wouldn't you wouldn't be in the pits wrenching with your couple of buddies.
I would have my race team, and you guys take care of it.
I didn't even think about that. I'll bet you hear that kind of shit.
Dude, if I had $1 for every time I heard that, I would be richer than my sister.
People love to say "must be nice" without knowing anything.
My favorite
Just
thing to
must
say
be
back
nice.
to that now, it sure as hell is nice.
Yeah,
It's
right.
very nice.
Right.
Yes.
I always think, because we see it in the comments and stuff, right? Must be nice, and man, my thought is, bro, why don't you maybe take
Do
some
something.
inspiration from that person? Like we're around. My God, dude, the world that I live in between my storage place and the channel,
All money.
constantly surrounded by money, and those guys, I fucking ask questions.
Yeah.
I want to,
Yep.
the Matrangas who've become good friends of ours. I don't know if you're familiar with the Matrangas. They own between Bob, who's the father, and his son Kent. I mean, Bob's early 80s now. I think he's 81, 82, something like that. I asked Bob one time, because I'm the guy that wants to find some inspiration from, a guy that's created what I would venture to guess has got to be $1 billion empire.
Yeah. Wow.
And I asked Bob about it. He was pouring concrete, working for somebody else, and on the weekends he would find small jobs to go do. In 1970, he had saved up $10,000. So what's that nowadays? $100,000?
Chat
Yeah.
GPT, $10,000
Nin-
in 1960, 70 something.
1967, $1 equals $1, and then it's gone down since then.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm just saying, so
It's
like if
probably
you
almost
had
double.
if you had 10 grand in 1970, that would probably be equal to say 100 grand today, right?
Yeah, or more.
So he starts his business with $10,000, right, in 1970, and builds it into what he's built it into. So people can look at that and go, must be nice, because they only see the end result.
Exactly. They don't see the
It's like,
decades before of
But
grinding.
this
and,
guy built something from almost fucking nothing. And then his son, who now runs the company, Kent's a few years older than me. Again, must be nice. Oh, yeah. You know how Kent started? Digging ditches, then pouring concrete. He worked his way up in the company. His dad didn't just hand him over this company. He came up. I don't know. I always find
Comments
it interesting.
suck, bro. Like everyone gets bit. I used to tell you all the time, don't read them, don't look at them.
Yeah.
Fuck what people have to say until it happens to you, and then you go, oh shit, you want to just these people,
Yeah,
strangle them,
dude,
you know?
I like you guys. I've been seeing the comments ever since Instagram was started. Like,
Yeah,
we
totally.
all had haters because all those people went on. But
Yeah.
it's the whole thing is don't pour fuel on the fire. If people are talking shit, they're jealous most of the time.
Yeah.
Totally, dude.
You know?
I'm not even going down that path. It's just more the idea. Like I can't understand the thinking of somebody that looks and says must be nice. My thinking always has been go ask that person. Go see
Walk
if
a
you
mile
can-
in their
go-
shoes.
Go see if you can get some inspiration from them that might make a difference in your life to have you make different choices and what have you.
I mean, dude, I've had my own businesses as well. Solar panel cleaning, power washing, doing drapery, custom drapery, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like I don't post that stuff on social media.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the stuff that like keeps the ball rolling for the fun stuff that I do post, and people don't see that. So all the must be nice things. It's like
solar panel cleaning is a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like, and all the side hustles, tuning other cars and the movie stuff and whatever, like all the little here, there, and everywhere type of jobs. And it's kind of the same story for me. I've been kind of just trying to hustle as much as I can for as long as I can.
I think it's the way to live, man. I think it keeps you young, doesn't it, Chris?
Keeps you out of the sticks, keeps you away from the boonies.
Channel with who could be our kids' age,
right? Shit.
Grabbing Josh. Josh just got sucked into it.
I still laugh. Kyle's dad is younger than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's fucked up. I'm getting old, man. All right. Let's wrap this thing. I got to go to the restroom and I got to get moving on to some other things. But dude, thanks for
that was good, Griffin. That's what's up.
You know, Griffin, we've obviously shot videos and hung before. This is fucking rad doing this with you today, man.
No,
Thank
dude.
you.
I mean, we always make the best videos, and you know, it's so much fun. And here in a couple of weeks, we're gonna have to get you on the water.
I'm in.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm in.
And line up the Apache.
We all heard it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we'll do some. I got to put this.
That's the final one left.
Yeah, that I'm sure will be the fastest thing you've ever been in.
Oh, I can guarantee that for sure.
I'm pretty proud to say that because you go into a lot of really badass stuff. So
yeah, no, that'll be a whole other. That's a world of. I've never come close to something like that. So and again, I've said it before, dude. I trust you as a driver, so I might piss myself.
We'll bring some big boy diapers.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, let's make it happen. I'm in. I'm game.
Cool.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
Cool.